Christy.
Christy.
Christy!
Christy Martin!
I think I found my thing.
Have Dana draw up a contract. I'm gonna throw you in there.
If you leave me, I'll kill you.
You do what you have to do. Is that him? He's watching us. I'm not gonna let him push me out.
Sydney Sweeney, David Michod, welcome to 7:30, and I've just seen the film, and honestly, I'm still stunned. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Sydney, to you first. Why did you want to play the role of Christy Martin?
Well, to be honest, I didn't know who Christy was before I read the script. And I remember calling my team right afterwards, and I was like, I don't care. I have to be this person. Like, this is the most incredible and inspiring woman I've ever read in my entire life. And then after meeting Christy, I was like, she's amazing. She's the most full of energy and life and incredible woman I've ever met. And I was like, this story and this woman deserves to be known by the world. She's so inspiring.
I think what's also disarming about her is that despite the fact that she was not just a fighter, but an amazingly powerful one, but given what she's been through, there's something really disarmingly sweet
She's
about
so
her.
sweet. She's she's shy too.
Yeah, she still to this day, she has a little Pomeranian that she carries with her everywhere that is like her emotional support. But I don't know, I love her so much.
Sydney, I want to talk to you about the transformation you underwent to play this role. We know you went through a very significant physical change. How did you approach it physically and mentally?
Well, the mental and physical transformation were very different from one another, because the physical side is that's just you have to train every day. You have to be consistent. You have to make sure I was drinking protein shakes after protein shakes after protein shakes, having to plug my nose and just chug it. It was so gross. Weight training morning and night, boxing all day. So that's a physical and mental challenge on its own. And then the emotional and mental preparation to play Christy was its own battle in a sense, because it was one of those interesting things where when you get to see the person and talk to the person, you want to ask all these questions, but you have to also keep in mind that the person you're talking to now has had a vast amount of years and experience past who she was when we first meet Christy. So you have to discover and kind of pick apart, okay, what has carried over from 22-year-old Christy versus now, and what has changed, and it's kind of like a puzzle piece of figuring out what stays and what goes and what comes back in at different parts of her life. Like, how does she become who she is? So it's like a fun little discovery book that I get to put together.
On the boxing itself, from the first punch in the movie, which is quite shocking, that continues throughout the movie. How did you together work out how to make the boxing so real?
I mean, we had a stunt coordinator, fight choreographer named Wally Garcia, who I just loved.
Well, he's amazing.
And it was very important to me from the outset that the fighting feel, real fighting, as strategic and as intricate as it is kind of a mess. It's a mess of exhausted clinches and swings and misses, and he lent into that very quickly. Went, okay, this isn't all just kind of Matrix style ballet. It's a mess, but you have to be controlled when you're doing that. As much as I tried to control it, Sydney just wanted to hit people and get hit herself. Which is great, because I think if you had been afraid of,
would not have been able to.
We wouldn't have. It wouldn't have worked.
No.
Dave Michod, while this is a boxing movie, it's really a movie about domestic violence and coercive control. How did you and your co-writer Mirrah Foulkes approach that subject in the creation of the script and the film?
it was something about the whole, I was drawn immediately to wanting to understand how those kinds of relationships function. I mean, Christy is a powerful woman, but stayed married to this man, 25 years her senior for 20 years. How does that function? And so Mirrah and I both did a lot of research. There's an amazing book by Evan Stark called Coercive Control that's like the kind of Bible of this stuff, but then also reading a lot of the stuff that Jess Hill in Australia has been doing.
He's angry at me all the time.
What's he angry about?
Everything. There's other stuff too. He's making videotapes of us doing stuff. He's scaring me. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't want to be here.
Sydney, did you understand Christy's motivations when she goes back to her husband and manager, Jim Martin?
Yes. For her, she wasn't going back to be with Jim. She was going back to take control of her life. And she was going back to claim what was hers.
Yeah, it's tricky because a lot of that also is about, there was a line, if you remember, we cut it out. It was, you said, I'm going back because it'll be worse if I don't. Mm-hmm. It was a lot to unpick in that, and we cut that line out because it was actually quite confusing, but it's so true of so many women's experiences that, the amount of complex work that men have to do to control a partner, there's an equal amount of complex work women have to do to just self-preserve. And quite often they find themselves going, I have to go back to the lion's den to stay alive.
Yeah.
And finally, Sydney, how much did it matter to you that Christy Martin liked your portrayal of her?
I mean, honestly, that was probably the most important part for me. I always say that I did this for Christy, so her opinion was all that mattered to me.
To both of you, congratulations on the film, and thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.